Seth Rollins betrays her by aligning with Bayley. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Becky Lynch breaks down in tears after Seth Rollins betrays her with Bayley. WWE storyline. In the ever-unpredictable world of WWE, betrayal cuts deeper than any steel chair, and when it's from the one you love, it's more than just a storyline, it's a heartbreak scene around the world. What happened on Monday Night Raw has sent shockwaves through the WWE Universe. Seth Rollins has turned his back on the woman he's shared a life, a love, and even a daughter with. And he didn't just turn his back, he aligned himself with none other than Bayley, Becky Lynch's fiercest rival. Stay tuned as we dive deep into the emotional collapse of Becky Lynch, her reaction, and what this betrayal means for the future of WWE. The betrayal unfolds. It was supposed to be just another explosive edition of Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch was set for a tag team match with her longtime ally, Liv Morgan, against Bayley and Dakota Kai. The tension was already sky-high after weeks of barbed words, ambushes backstage, and Twitter wars. But what no one expected was that Becky Lynch's own husband, Seth Rollins, would make the moment unforgettable, for all the wrong reasons. As the match reached its climax, with Becky locking Bayley into the disarm her and the crowd on its feet, chaos erupted. Dakota Kai distracted the referee, and from out of nowhere, Seth Rollins jumped the barricade. The crowd gasped. Why was Seth here? At first, it seemed like he was coming to help his wife, as he had done in the past. But then, he grabbed a steel chair. Before Becky could realize what was happening, Rollins entered the ring, and drove the steel chair across Liv Morgan's back, then smashed it over Becky's shoulder. Bayley escaped the submission, and looked at Rollins, and smirked. Then came the shocker. Seth Rollins extended his hand to Bayley, and she shook it. The crowd was stunned. The commentary team was speechless. Corey Graves murmured, "No, this can't be real." And in that moment, as Bayley and Rollins stood side by side above Becky's broken body, reality set in. This wasn't just an alliance, this was betrayal of the highest order. Backstage chaos and the silence of pain. Backstage, WWE cameras tried to catch a glimpse of Becky being helped by medical staff. Her shoulder was wrapped in ice, her face pale, and her eyes vacant. She refused interviews. She didn't speak. The pain wasn't just physical, it was emotional. Liv Morgan, barely able to walk, told interviewers, "I've never seen Becky like that. It's not just the match. It's Seth." She trusted him with everything. Later that night, Seth Rollins and Bayley gave a joint interview, and the venom in their words was as poisonous as their actions. Bayley laughed. Becky Lynch spent years pretending she's the man, but all it took was a real man to expose her. "Seth and I, we're visionaries. She's just a relic." Rollins smirked. Becky got comfortable. She thought she could outshine me, outgrow me. But Bayley sees me for what I truly am. It's not betrayal, it's evolution. The words echoed through the arena, and through the heart of Becky Lynch. Becky speaks. Raw the following week. The following week, Raw opened with silence. No pyro, no music. Then, Becky Lynch walked out. No sunglasses, no leather jacket, no strut, just pain. She stood in the ring, holding a mic, and when she finally spoke, her voice cracked. "Becky Lynch, I don't even know where to begin. Maybe I should start by saying I'm sorry to the fans for not being the man last week. I wasn't ready for that." She paused, her eyes welling with tears. "I've stood in this ring broken before. I've been beaten, bruised, and bloodied. But nothing has ever hurt me the way he did." The crowd started chanting, "You deserve better." Becky continued, "Seth, you didn't just hit me with a chair. You didn't just leave me lying in that ring. You tore apart everything we built. Our home, our bond. You let her, Bayley, walk into our lives and poison everything. And Bayley, you're not just a rival anymore. You're a snake. I used to think we could settle this in the ring, but now, I don't just want to fight you. I want to ruin you." The arena exploded with cheers. Becky looked directly into the camera. "Seth, Bayley, you want to play dirty. You want war. Well, you just declared it. And I swear to God, there won't be enough steel chairs in the world to protect you from what's coming. The fallout spreads. WWE went into a media frenzy. Social media erupted. #Justice for Becky trended worldwide. Wrestlers from both brands reacted. Rhea Ripley tweeted, "That wasn't strategy. That was betrayal. Seth, you're a coward." Trish Stratus wrote, "I've seen heartbreaks in this business, but this is unforgivable. Stay strong, Becky." Even Roman Reigns, who rarely comments on backstage drama, said in a press conference. Rollins turned his back on more than just Becky. He turned his back on respect. Meanwhile, Rollins and Bayley appeared on SmackDown unbothered. They dubbed themselves the New Authority. According to Rollins, "We are rewriting the rules of dominance, not just in the ring, but in the minds of the people." And Becky, she's collateral damage. They unveiled matching jackets, new music, and a disturbing new agenda, to humiliate Becky Lynch until she vanishes into irrelevance. Becky's breakdown. On the third week of this storyline, a special segment was scheduled for Raw, an interview with Becky Lynch, unfiltered. It was hosted backstage, in a dimly lit studio. Becky sat across from Kathy Kelly. She looked drained, eyes puffy, hands clenched. Kathy gently asked, "Becky, how are you really doing?" Becky paused, then began to cry. "I don't even know anymore. There are moments where I wake up and think it's all a nightmare. That I'll roll over, and he'll be there, smiling, holding our daughter. But he's not." She wiped a tear away. "You know what's crazy? I thought Bayley was my enemy. Turns out, she was just the key. The real enemy was the man I loved." The interview cut deep. Becky's voice shook as she recalled conversations with Seth, how he told her she was too focused on being a star, how he resented her spotlight. "He used to say he loved my fire. Then he tried to snuff it out. But guess what? I'm still burning." Redemption begins. By the fourth week, Becky Lynch returned to in-ring action. She faced Dakota Kai and made quick work of her. After the match, she grabbed a mic and screamed, "Bayley, Seth, get your asses out here." Bayley's music hit. She walked out, laughing, flanked by Rollins. Rollins taunted Becky, "Careful, sweetheart, wouldn't want to hurt that shoulder again." Becky didn't flinch. "You might have broken me, Seth. But you forgot one thing. I made a career out of rising from the ashes. You and Bayley, you want a war. Let's do it at SummerSlam. Me, and whoever I pick. Against you two. Let's see how strong your bond really is." Bayley smirked. "You have no one left. You're alone." Becky looked up at the Titantron, and suddenly, Charlotte Flair appeared. "Charlotte, she's not alone. I'm in." The crowd erupted. SummerSlam was now set. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus Seth Rollins and Bayley. A battle of betrayal, redemption, and legacy. SummerSlam. The war. The stadium lights went dark. SummerSlam was here. Charlotte made her entrance with her usual flair. But when Becky Lynch walked out, there was no swagger. No theatrics. Just fire in her eyes. The bell rang, and chaos ensued.